If you're the kind of player who's already found the perfect guitar amp, then 1, you're very lucky, and 2, you probably like to use effects pedals to either bring out the best in that amp or to give yourself new and exciting sounds to play with. Well, HELIX Effects can not only help you add all of those wonderful old classic tones to your pedal board, it can also act as the centerpiece, controlling your amps and switching in your other pedals, or it could be your entire pedal board. HELIX Effects contains all the same 100 plus effects as the HELIX family, so super realistic analog feeling and sounding effects that are modeled right down to the individual components found in the originals. And Line6's Transtronic process even emulates the unique behavior of multiple germanium and silicone components that can be found in your favorite fuzz and distortion effects. And as for amp models, well, it doesn't really need them, as your own amp should have that covered. And you can run up to 9 of those effects at a time, and that includes impulse responses and a looper. Those effects can be run in series, or you could split them onto 2 parts and run some effects in parallel. You could even have your stage amp running in 4-cable method, then take a different output to the front of house. And because HELIX Effects can load cabinet impulse responses, this could be a speaker-simulated sound of your real amp's preamp, but with the HELIX Effects added. 8 capacitive-sensing foot switches with color-coded rings make it super easy to edit. So you touch to select and edit the effect, you press to engage, and then touch hold to show all the settings. 6 of those foot switches have customizable scribble strips, so you'll always know which effects or which controller you're about to stomp on. And when all of the effects are switched off, it can be in true bypass. Each preset can have 4 snapshots, so imagine having 9 effects on your pedal board with all the settings for one song. Now a different snapshot would be like bending over and tweaking every one of those effects knobs in time for the next song to start, and you could do that 4 times per preset. An extensive collection of ins and outs around the back gives you a true stereo signal path, which also makes it great for keyboard players. Now these jacks can be switched from instrument to line level, so if you're a DJ or a producer, you can use HELIX Effects as a true stereo outboard effects unit. Then you have 2 effects loops, MIDI in and out, and 2 expression pedal ins that can also function as TRS amp switching jacks. So in this way, you could control up to 4 different amplifiers, or maybe 2 amps and still use an expression pedal. And with those 2 effects loops, you could run HELIX Effects in 4 or even 7-cable method. If, like me, you're a big fan of those older MCU's effects like the M9 or M13, and you're wondering if it's time to move on, then we've also included a legacy collection of effects, so you never need to say goodbye to your favorite old effect sounds. Now you could decide to push your setup to the max using HELIX Effects as a command center for your whole rig, or you could treat it like any simple guitar effects pedal, just plug in, play, and enjoy some great vintage or modern tones.